Hi, I am Bhavik Thakkar. Welcome to Btitude. If you're more comfortable with Hindi language, please hit the I button and watch the Hindi version of exact same video. But if you are comfortable with English, let's carry on. Well, we have been doing quite a lot of type of questions of time and work, right? Specifically those questions where individuals are working. Now, we have already covered various categories where A, B and C were doing a work, or maybe questions related to pipes and systems. We also saw the questions where people are joining or leaving after some time or before some time, and we gave you the perfect shortcut for all those kind of the questions, right? And never to forget the last kind of category where individuals are working on alternate days. Right? So best kind of shortcut is given for those kind of the questions as well. Now, in case you haven't watched these kind of videos, please go to the I button and watch the whole playlist. Fine? Now, in this particular video, we are also going to solve kind of the questions where individuals are working, but here it is a bit different type of a question. Here we would be given the time, the extra time that individuals take as compared to the time when they will be doing the work together. So how to answer this kind of the questions? For example, there is a question like this, right? So how to answer this kind of a question, or maybe a question where A is taking more time than B. Are you getting it? Right? So as you can see here, right? So this kind of the questions also I have come up with the best shortcut to solve this kind of the questions. Right? So let's have an idea how exactly we can solve this kind of the questions perfectly and just in seconds. Let's get started. So let us first of all understand how exactly can we solve the questions where this kind of the data is given. Now, there are actually two ways to solve this kind of the question. One is to go by the equation, and another, now the thing is that I rarely give you any formulas, right? There was one formula that I do remember I gave you in profit and loss R square by 100, right? Only one formula. And I'm going to give you another formula in time, speed and distance. When trains are coming across and after crossing each other they are taking some time, there is a shortcut with the formula. And this is the third one. So only three formula for the whole arithmetic, because what we believe, you know, we believe logic has to be given the precedence. Logic is the best way to tackle any kind of a question. But here there is no logic. That means you are ended up with either going by an option method or by making an equation. But these kind of the questions are very frequently asked. So if you understand one formula, which I'll also explain how exactly we have arrived at that formula, but if you remember that, if you memorize that formula, you can easily answer these questions just in seconds. But even if you know the formula, don't just leave the video, because I have come up with the very nice questions where you wouldn't have even thought of applying the same formula. So let's start with the question itself, and while solving the question I'll be giving you the idea about both those methods. Alright then, well, of course this is the first question, so I haven't told you anything, but in case you want to challenge yourself, and if you think that I know how to do this kind of a question, go for it. Alright, well, let's have an idea. Look, what is the traditional method? As you can see the question is like respectively what time they take more than the time they take working together. So can we say that, for example, if together they are taking say x time or x minutes, A is taking alone x plus 2 minutes and B is taking alone x plus 8 minutes, right? Pretty easy to understand that. Now we know the work is, if total work is 1, that means when A is working, he is doing 1 upon x plus 2 work and B is doing 1 upon x plus 8 work. But when they are working together, they are doing 1 by x work, right? So just solve this equation and you will get the value you want. Of course, it will take time. Let's check it out. So if I do it, this will go this side, this will go this side, right? So x plus 8 plus x plus 2. So it will become 2x, x plus 2 plus x plus 8 will become 2x plus 10, right? Divide by, now divide by the multiplication of this, which will be x square plus 2x plus 8x, that is plus 10x plus 16 is equal to 1 by x, right? Now just send x here and this one there. So 2x plus 10 into x will become 2x square, are you getting this, plus 10x is equal to this, that is x square plus 10x plus 16, right? Now if you understand, 10x will be getting cancelled, 2x square minus x square will be x square is equal to 16. So x square is equal to 16, are you getting this? So x is plus 4 or minus 4, obviously the work will not be minus, the time they are taking is not minus, so I would assume it to be 4, so you get your answer. But as you can see, in traditional method it will take lot of time. But what you understood, if you understood here, x square is 16, and how did we get that 16? By multiplying 2 and 8, right? So if you directly understand now, instead of making this equation all the time, whenever this kind of the question comes up, that A and B are taking 2 minutes and 8 minutes respectively more than the time they are taking together, the time taken together will be 2 into 8, 16 square root, 4 minutes. So you don't have to make all the equation to arrive at answer. Are you getting it? I explained to you how exactly does it happen, right? All other things get cancelled and you will end up with 2 into 8 square root of that, right? So in a way, now we can understand one thing, that extra time of taken by A while working alone multiplied by extra time taken by B while working alone is equal to together times square, right? We can understand this kind of a formula, and we are not mugging it up. We actually arrived it with this particular result. But of course, now if you really want to, solve the questions very fast, you will have to cram it. That's the only option. Now, as I told you, I don't give you many a times this kind of the method, but once, this is kind of a question where logical method does not work, right? We don't have any other logic to support this, so we'll have to cram that formula. So now you know, right? Btitude shortcut method, when they will operate together, we now know extra time by A multiplied by extra time by B is equal to together times square. So that means 2 into 8 is 16, which is nothing but together times square. So together they are taking 4 minutes, right? And I think, what was the question, in how many minutes the system will be full when they operate together? 4 minutes. There you go, right? Fair enough. So let's have an idea. Can you apply it to this question? Of course you can, right? Just pause the video and get me the answer. It shouldn't take more than 10 seconds to answer it, right? It's as simple as, again, it's the same thing, right? So we'll say 24.5, which can be taken as 49 by 2 multiplied by 8 and square root of that. So 2 4s are 49 into 4 square will be 7 into 2, that is 14. So the answer would be 14 days, right? It's just the multiplication and square root of that. Once you know that formula, it's pretty easy, right? And the thing is that because many a times the same kind of the questions are asked in the exam, you can just cram up the formula. Alright then, but try to understand what exactly that formula is all about. Alright then, simple enough, right? We can easily crack this kind of the question. What about this one? Pause the video, think about it and answer it. Now, let's have an idea what this question is saying. Together time is given, right? But now look at here. While operating separately, the time taken individually, then the together time is not given, right? It's not given. Faster pipe takes 10 hours lesser than the slower pipe. So only comparison is given between them, their individual time, but not as compared to the time they are taking together. Fine. But if you understand, if you really understand, the extra time, now look, we know this formula, extra time by A multiplied by extra time by B is equal to together time square, right? And together time is 12, that means 144. Now we are not given what is extra time of A, what is extra time of B. But if the difference is 10, the difference is always going to be 10, right? If the difference in that time is being 10, then the extra time difference is also going to be 10, right? So if you understand that, think of two numbers which multiplied together to get 144, but the difference is 10. 18 8s are, right? So 18 multiplied by 8 is 144, difference is 10 as well. That means extra time of one of them, we don't know which one is A, which one is B, right? Faster one is maybe this, slower one is this, but extra time is 18 and extra time is 8, right? Now what we are supposed to find out, in what time can the slower pipe means the one which is taking more time, this one, to system operating, when he is operating alone, how much time will it take? He is taking 18 hours is extra time. So what is the together time? 12. So 12 plus 18, that is 30 hours, right? Very simple. Are you getting this? This 18 is extra time than the together time, more extra time. So 12 plus 18, that's your 30 hours. As simple as that. Fine. So I hope you liked it. It's pretty easy, right? Once you understand the formula, it's all about application. So let's go to the next question. Please pause the video and hopefully you can answer it easily now, right? It's just the same question, just the application of the similar kind of concept that we used in the last one, because again we can say extra time of A multiplied by extra time of B is equal to together. Now just to explain you, I am writing this. In exam you are not supposed to write this as a formula. It will be in your mind, right? You will simply write, okay, together is 16 days, that means 256, right? 256, and we are supposed to find out two numbers where difference is 24. So 24. So just think about it. It was 16 into 16, right? Okay. What else it could be? Maybe 8. So half, then it is double. 32 could be, or the difference is actually 24. That's it. So that means, but now A is taking more time. That means A would be 32 into 8, right? So this is extra time of A, this is extra time of B, then the time they are taking together. What is the question? Find the time taken by B. Taken by B, B is taking 8 hours extra. That means 16 plus 8, 24 hours. As simple as that. Fair enough, very simple, right? Now that's the thing, we are covering lot of variety. As you can see, this is different. It does not give us the extra time directly, but still using the same formula we can answer those questions. What about this one? Again, it's a bit different. Here actually there are 3 people and you will think, how the hell can we actually apply the formula? But you can think about this, pause the video. Alright. Now look, if you really understand here, A takes 5 days more than B and 9 days more than C is okay. But A and B together do the same work as C. That means, that itself means C means A plus B. Yes or are you getting this? C means A plus B. So if you now understand, as compared to C, C means A plus B, right? Together do the same work. So that was the key here. If you understand that A takes 5 days more than B, and so our together time is C, right? Together means when A and B are working together, that time is C, right? So if C is taking whatever time, as compared to that, A is taking how much extra? Extra time by A. As compared to C, they are saying 9 days more than C, right? A is taking 9 days more than C. So extra time of A is 9. Now extra time of B, now this is very crucial. Try to understand. A takes 5 days more than B and he is taking 9 days extra. So B is taking 5 days lesser than A. 5 days lesser than this will be 4 days extra, right? So this is very important. Try to understand. Extra time by A is 9, extra time by B is 4. Again, extra, that means as compared to C. If you try to understand here, look, A takes 5 days more than B. So you can say A is taking something more than B, right? And also more than C. Okay. Now just think about this. A is taking 5 days extra. That means here the difference is 5. The difference between A and B is 5. And now they are saying A is taking 9 days more than C. So difference between A and C is 9. That means here the difference is 4, right? So if you understand, if C is X, this is X plus 4, this is X plus 9, right? You're not supposed to write it like that. If you're good enough, you will directly be able to understand extra time of A, B is 9, extra time. Extra time means as compared to this, how much extra? Plus 4 and plus 9, right? So directly you can understand that extra time by A is 9, extra time of B is 4, right? So together time, find in which, okay, so together time, now we know the 9 into 4, 36, square root of 36 is 6, right? So whether C is working or whether A and B together are working, they will take 6. Now what's the question? Find the, in how many days A will complete the work. A is taking 9 days extra than 6, 6 plus 9, 15, right? As simple as that. Fine. So look at this question. This question, you know, you would have never understood that you can actually apply the same formula, right? But if your mind is good enough, you can, right? You just had to understand by this particular sentence that C means A and B together, and then the data was given like that. Fair enough, right? Wonderful, isn't it? All right, then next, that takes us to the last question of this particular video. This is the question which is asked so much frequently. So, and you know, you will be able to find it in so many books as well, right? So this is a hot favorite kind of a question. So think about this, how you can solve it. Pause the video. All right then. So hopefully you could figure it out. Look now here, of course there are 3 people, right? A, B and C, as it was in the last time as well. And here, unlike the last question, you cannot figure it out how much time A and B are taking more than C, even though from this particular sentence, right? From this particular sentence where it says A, B, C together take half the hours taken by C alone. So you know, that means together is half, that means C is doing half the work, right? That means A plus B is equal to C. It is exactly like the last question, but here you cannot figure it out because the time given more for A and B is as compared to all of them together, right? So you cannot directly use the formula. That's why I also given the options. You got 2 options. Actually, you got 3 options. 1 to go by option, right? 1 to make equation. You can always make an equation. For example, you can always say together they are taking X hours. Okay, together they are taking X hours. So that is 6 hours lesser than the number of hours by A. So that means if you understand that 1 upon A is taking 6 hours more than together, plus 1 upon B is taking 1 hour more, plus, and C is taking exactly half. That means 1 by 2x, right? C is taking double the time. All together take half the time, right? Are you getting this? Fine. Did I write it properly or not? Just a minute. X, so time would be x plus 6, x plus 1, and his time will be double. Yes, that makes sense, right? Just solve this formula, but of course it will be very lengthy, right? It's going to be very lengthy. Not really that lengthy. Look, it's the same thing, right? Not really that lengthy, but still you can figure it out. If you want to do this, you can do this in the traditional manner as well, or you can go by an option. Like if I would be in your shoes, I would think, let me just go by an option, right? Now let me think of this A, B, C, right? Now here I know one thing, that whatever work C does or whatever time C takes, A plus B also takes the same time. Now the question is, if A and B work together, how much time will it take for them to complete the work, right? So if you really understand that particular thing, because A, B, C together are taking half the work, that itself means A plus B is equal to C, right? So A plus B will take double the time, C will also take double the time, but when they will be working together, they will take, right, X time, whatever that total time is. So I wouldn't mind, I wouldn't even think about, say, I would say, okay, A plus B, what time they will be taking, right? Just let's go by an option, right? Fair enough. All right, so now options are very weird, but we know 1 hour and 6 hours. Okay, so 2 by 3 hour will be what, 40 minutes. So if 40 minutes is the time taken by A and B together, okay, 40 minutes is the time taken by A and B together, then 40 minutes is taken by C also, and total time taken will be 20, half, right? So once you know this, it's very easy. Then 40 plus is 6 hours more, so 360 plus 40, right? 20 plus 360 will be 380. 20 plus 360, and 20 plus 1 hour is 60, 80. So as soon as you look at 380, you know that these 3 together 20 doesn't look possible, because this is 19's multiple. Doesn't really look possible. 3 by 4 is what? 45 minutes. 45 is, again, it's not a round figure, right? 40, 50 is a round figure. So I wouldn't really try that. What about this one? 3 by 2 is 90 minutes. 90 minutes. So if this is 90, again, this will be 45. This is again a bit weird, right? 45. So I wouldn't really try that. 4 by 3 hours. 4 by 3 is 80 minutes. Okay, so if this is 80, this will be 40. This looks possible. Let us try. If this is 80, this is 40, right? I'm just going by an option. Then 6 hours more, 6 hours means 360 minutes. 360 minutes more than this will be 400. And 1 hour means 60 minutes more than this. 60 more than this will be 100. So, and half will be 80. Are you getting this? I'm just going by the option. If, again try to understand, A and B taking 4 by 3 hours, that means 80 minutes. That means if A and B together are taking 80 minutes, then C is also taking 80 minutes, right? And together it is 40 minutes. Even actually, you are not even supposed to take anything about C or these even, right? Just think about this. But yeah, in a way you will have to. Sorry about that. 80 and 40 you will have to. But now just think like this. So, does it work 400, 180? When they work together, would it be 40? Let's just check it out. LCM would be what? 400, right? 400. So, 1, 4, 5. So, when they work together, it would be 400 divided by 10, which would be 40. Yes, it is, right? So, that looks perfect. Fine. So, these options, when I use this option, it worked. But you should be able to work your way from the option. Or maybe you can also think of another kind of an equation. Like I already gave you the traditional equation. You can of course solve it like this as well. It may not take more than a minute and a half, right? Within 2 minutes, you will definitely be able to answer it. But you know, if you have worked it, if you have worked your way out, that of course, A plus B is equal to C. While reading the question, if you knew it, right? If you actually knew it, you will think like this as well. That if C is taking 2x time, right? Total together they are taking, say for example, x time. A is taking x plus 6 hours, B is taking x plus 1 hour, and C is taking double the time, because together they are taking half the time, right? So these you know, these you knew already. Either you work traditionally or you can actually make a simple equation rather than that big equation, traditional one. You know that. What you know? C is the together time. So if you can find out how much time more than together, right? You can work it out as well. Now, how would you do that? Because here it is x plus, not 2x plus something. So you can always put x as 2x minus x. So this can be written as 2x minus x plus 6, right? This can be written as 2x minus x plus 1. So if you understand, as compared to 2x, how much more time they are taking? 6 minus x and 1 minus x, right? So 6 minus x and 1 minus x, and square root of that will be the time taken by them together, right? So if you understand this, it would be very easy. How would you solve this? Just multiply. Minus x will be x square, minus 6x minus x, that means minus 7x, and just a minute, what I am doing even, that extra time square root is equal to together time, right? Make the whole equation first. Yeah, this you will have to do that, x square minus 7x and plus 6, but that will be equal to together time square. Together time is 2x, right? 2x square will be 4x square. So solve this. X square goes there as 3x square plus 7x minus 6 is equal to 0. If you want to solve this, 6 3s are 18, 9 2s are, right? 9 2s are. So that means 3x square plus 3, that will make it plus 9x minus 2x and minus 6, yes, is equal to 0. So this means x is equal to minus 3, which is not possible. Time cannot be negative, or maybe 2 by 3. So x is equal to 2 by 3. But don't answer these as your answer. It will be wrong. Because our question is how much time A and B together. That means the time taken by C. Time taken by C is 2x. So 2 into 2 by 3 will be also 4 by 3. Right? So it was kind of a difficult question. Either you can go by an option, or you can make even a traditional formula, traditional equation as you did here. Right? think about going by an option, which I would really prefer this. Look, it all depends. If you're good with your calculations, you can go for it, or maybe you can make this kind of equation, but I would say my favorite would be to go by an option. Even you can see, right, look how much time here. Of course, we haven't really solved the equation, but it would take some time. So it would, as you can see, the space would be more. Here, just look at the space, is nothing, right? We just trial and error sum and it worked. Here, just look at this. You had to still, make an equation and solve it. So yes, that's about it, right? So yeah, I hope you are enjoying this, and I hope you can apply this kind of the method whenever you find this kind of the questions. Fine. So have a nice one and happy learning.